Hiya Jane, well done yesterday in the lesson. Hope you found it helpful. I'm just going to run through now a couple of points for yourself and Charlie, if that matter, about what we're going to try and look at in the swing. So we went through obviously the setup in terms of how we stand to the golf ball. First thing we're going to do is put the club behind the golf ball. Then we're going to get our grip, focusing on that left hand going on first, making sure we grip it across the joint of the fingers as we showed you. When you're looking down, what you want to be able to see in your left hand is these sort of two knuckles here on the top, okay? So as long as your left hand's in a good position, we should be able to see them, and then your right thumb will just sort of sit on top there as you have it. So once the club's down and you've got a good grip, you're leaning forward from the hips, letting the arms just hang down vertically, nice and relaxed, sort of bow to the golf ball, and your feet are going roughly about as wide as your shoulders. So from where you were there on both these shots here, you can see a very, very good setup. What we're going to look at now in terms of the issue we had in the swing initially, when you try to swing and sort of rotate and turn the club back behind you, there was a little bit of lateral movement here we can see off the golf. We can see Charlie in the background there visible, and as you swing back, he disappears. So there's a lot of movement there, left foot suddenly lifting off the ground. Now when you move this far back off the golf ball, the centre of the low point of your golf swing now is going to be somewhere back here, unless of course you move back towards the golf ball. Now obviously that lateral movement is going to be very, very difficult to be consistent with, and it's going to cause a lot of issues in terms of your strike. Sometimes you'll strike the ground behind the ball, sometimes you'll top it after the ground, and sometimes you'll hit some good shots. But as I say, consistency wise, all over the place, okay? So if we can try and focus on getting ourselves set over the golf ball as we were, and then try and make sure we're going to rotate around that green. Now I think this swing's a little bit shorter because you're probably just concentrating on trying to stay a bit more on top of the ball. That's absolutely fine. What you did find, I think towards the end there, when you were striking as well as you are, you can see here now, even with a smaller swing, you're actually getting more distance because the contact was better. So at the moment, if we think of the golf swing being a circle around your body, your comfort zone is about kind of head high with the club. So your club now, you can see, is about there. In time with a bit of practice, and once you start getting lots more consistent with the strike, that club will just get longer and longer and longer, and you'll start moving the club further and further as you go back. Now regards Charlie's movement, as we said to him, when you swing your golf club through, you can see this movement here now. Weight staying on that left side, that right knee coming into the left knee, and this foot now coming up on its toe. Now you did say your foot on the right toe had a bit of arthritis, but you said it wasn't causing any issues there in terms of swings, so that's great. But if we can get yourself onto that left side, and obviously for Charlie's case, practice that move in front of the mirror, brushing his teeth twice a day as we said, just rotating his hips. So his right hip here is going to go over his left foot. He's twisting around his body, rotating his torso, his hips and his feet and knees towards target. If he does it correctly, what he'll be able to do is put his right foot back down and then start again from the same position. If he just pivots on his right foot, eventually his right foot will start moving away from where it started, and he'll be all out of balance. So if he can work on that in terms of his rotation, and yourself working on kind of just sort of staying on top of the golf ball, that's sitting and helping your long game in terms of hitting the golf ball. And we'll get on the golf course next lesson. Just one thing to be mindful of, I want to show on this left hand side now, when you hit shots, good or bad, try to let go of the club. You look at this finish position there, for actually, matter of fact, that was much better, okay? But when you finish the shot, learn to reset. If you just watch yourself and after you hit the golf ball, because you've been given the grip in the first place, you were so conscious of not letting go of the club, you sort of just stretched over, kept your feet kind of in position, and didn't really want to let go of the golf club. The problem is there now in that act of stretching, you're going to get yourself into a kind of reachy position, hold the club tight. Now you did start trying to re-grip a little bit here now, but overall if we can sort of just reset and start again, it would make it a heck of a lot easier to be consistent, because often the golf course, when you play, you're with a golf ball, you don't walk around with a golf club in your hand all the time. You have to reset yourself when you get to the golf ball, having hit it. So I hope that all makes sense. Any questions, obviously feel free to give me a shout, and I will see you guys sometime soon. Cheers.